I'd been saving to buy a house, so I had a pretty decent amount of money in the bank. And instead I decided to start a business with it. There needs to be more female founders out there and solving things that they're passionate about. Sometimes you have ideas and you tell people and they can't visualize it. So because they can't visualize it, they say that it's crazy or that can't happen. But I think if you can visualize it and you can feel it, then that's what you need to hold on to.
Welcome to Add to Cart, the podcast that Express delivers all you need to know in the fast-moving world of e-commerce. Every month, Nathan Bush from 12 High and an e-commerce industry expert will share the news, research and insights that you need to know to keep you at the top of your game. And of course, keep your customers adding to cart.
Hello and welcome to Add to Cart. My name is Nathan Bush, host of Add to Cart and e-commerce strategist at 12 High. Question for you. Do you like pina coladas and dancing in the rain? Of course you do. And if you like that, then you're going to love our guest today. Our guest is Dani Holloway, founder and CEO of Merry People. In our conversation, Dani shares with us what made her leave her career in banking and start selling gumboots, and what her friends thought about her being a little loco in doing so. And I'm sure we've all heard that advice when we've tried to do something a little differently. You're also going to hear from Dani on how she's managing with virtual trade shows rather than in-person trade shows during COVID, how she uses Reflection Fridays to keep her team connected, and why Merry People will never, ever, ever discount. Plus, stick around right until the end to hear how you can win a pair of Merry People's Bobby gumboots. These things sell out super quick, so it's a prize worth sticking around for. Now, let's get into it. Thanks to our partners Shopify Plus and Signet. Here's our conversation with Dani Holloway from Merry People. Dani Holloway from the Merry People. Welcome to Add to Cart.
Thank you, Nathan. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Now, you're in lockdown in Melbourne at the moment?
Yes. So I don't even know how many weeks it's been, but I think we've been working from home since end of March. I think it's been towards the end of March. So I guess I've just stopped counting and just taking day by day and week by week. All
right. Well, we'll get into COVID and the impact that it's had for you and how you've responded. But can you give our listeners a little bit of an overview of who the Merry People are and how it came about?
Yeah, so Merry People is an amazing gumboot brand that I started, it was around 6 years ago. And I guess it started, I was looking for a cool pair of gumboots. I grew up in country Victoria, grew up wearing them, and I moved to Melbourne for university and work. And I guess the first time the gumboot idea came to me was when in my early 20s, I used to go to music festivals and liked camping and getting outside. And I remember I was once going to this festival called Meredith Music Festival, which is in country Victoria.
I remember the days we could go to music festivals. They were fantastic.
Yeah, I know. It seems like a distant memory. But all my friends were buying gumboots and they were going to Bunnings and buying, those type of gumboots. And then some were buying Burberry and Hunter gumboots, which were really expensive. And I remember thinking then, I hope someone one day creates a really cool gumboot, just a really fashionable, cool one. Because we had quality gumboots on the farm, but there was nothing like that I saw. And at the time I was 20 and, just barely able to pay my rent. So it was I was really going week by week. So I wasn't looking to start a business. And then it was again later in my late 20s, I was working in a corporate job and it was on my morning commutes to my office that I was in Melbourne. It's notoriously always wet. They say it can be 4 seasons in one day. And I was looking for a cool, waterproof, comfortable pair of boots again. And when I couldn't find any that I loved, I thought that this was a gap in the market. And I thought, well, I'm from the country and I was feeling like I needed a little bit more purpose in my career and in my life. And I'd been saving to buy a house, so I had a pretty decent amount of money in the bank. And instead I decided to start a business with it, which a few times in the first couple of years it was not touch and go, but like it was definitely, I remember looking at some of my friends who were buying houses and really progressing with their lives, and my life, I was doing Saturday markets and still struggling to pay my rent, like I was when I was in uni life. So, yeah, it was.
But at least you had dry feet, right?
I did. Always had warm and dry feet. Always had gumboots. So,
and just for context, what was the corporate job before this?
So I was working in banking. So I was working at the ANZ Bank, which was an awesome place to work. And I was working in change management, so like a project manager. And that was awesome because it taught me how to navigate change and how to actually execute things and work in areas that I was completely unfamiliar with, like technically inexperienced, and having to rely on, I guess, subject matter experts and people around me. So I think the experiences of ANZ definitely helped me in starting Merry People and being able to kind of navigate all the unfamiliar stuff that is of starting a business.
So you start from the business foundations and go from there.
Yeah.
What was the first step? So if you've got this money from your house that you've saved up, and you've got the idea for the gumboots, you haven't been in e-commerce or retail before. Where do you start?
So I opened up a blank Word document and wrote business plan up the top. And then I just started putting all my ideas down and writing how I thought it could work. And I think I got a template from the Victorian government on how to write a business plan, and just did the things like a SWOT analysis, competitor analysis, all of that stuff. And then I'm someone that just likes to kind of just jump in, and I probably still do that today within my team now. I just like to try things. I don't overthink things too much. So I just wanted to see if I could get this product in my mind, bring it to life, and whether I could actually do that. So I started looking for some manufacturers, and I started looking locally and couldn't find anything, and found it hard to find people who wanted to work with me. So started looking offshore and did pretty crazy. I just booked a flight to China by myself, and just I'd been talking to a bunch of different factories, and I just wanted to meet them and show them my designs and my ideas and see if they were open to working with me and the volumes that I wanted, and kind of went from there.
Do you think that shortcut a lot of the process by being over in China and being on the ground there rather than trying to get samples in from different manufacturers?
Yeah, absolutely. Even now where I'm working on 2 designs for next year, but it's very hard for me doing it remotely without, a lot of the factories have a sample room where they do all the testing and the new product creation happens. So it's great to be able to work in that space and for them to tell you, no, that's not possible, or this would be better, and that kind of thing. So it's really, it does take out a lot of the time, but also you get to build that rapport. I guess it's a 2-way conversation. They're taking on you as well. It's not that you can just walk in there and say, hey, make my gumboots. I really had to try and get them on board with my vision and what I wanted, that it wasn't just something that I was going to shift a container and that's it, and that's the end of the transaction. I wanted to create a long-term business. So showing them what, I had my plans for the company in, 5 and 10 years' time, and trying to build that rapport of going out for dinner and having drinks and all that stuff. Yeah, it really, I think it's helped. So, I recommend it. Obviously, we can't travel now, but I think if you are looking for suppliers, I think it's awesome to go there and see their capability, see the conditions of the factory, and understand all of that before pressing play.
Aussie e-commerce packaging company Signet is passionate about helping Aussie retailers transform their packaging processes. With over 5,500 products available online and distribution centres across Australia, Signet has packaging well and truly covered. Signet proudly supports me and this podcast, as well as over 60,000 Aussie businesses, including small family-owned companies like Murchison River Swags, to Australia's largest retailers, including Mecca, IKEA, Lush Cosmetics and T2. Visit signet.net.au to find out more. Give us an idea of where Merry People are now, because I know it's been a long, 6-year journey. Tell us where Merry People is now.
Yeah, so I only started working on the business full time, I think it was like 4 years ago. So I was doing it on the side with ANZ for a little bit. But we've really grown. So we're now distributing out of a warehouse in Melbourne and also LA. And we expanded to the US end of last year. There's 5 full-time staff working on Merry People now. We'll be a team of 7 by the end of the year. And we have offices in Collingwood, and we ship tens of thousands of gumboots every year to mostly customers, but retail stores, but like all around the world. So it's really grown from my market operation that it was a few years ago.
Well, and personally, you've done a fantastic job. Like last year, you were top 50 people in Australian e-commerce. So coming from a banking background to top 50 people in Australian commerce, number 12, that's a huge achievement. Yeah,
that was amazing to be acknowledged, I guess, at an industry level. And I was not expecting, definitely not to come in at number 12, and got given an award on the night. And that was very exciting for the team, I think, and myself, but to kind of just in the last 12 to 24 months to see how much we've grown, and to have that industry recognition was really lovely.
What's been the most surprising thing about the e-commerce world for you in that time?
I'm not sure if I feel like it's changing a lot, and it's changing fast. I think there's always things, we talk about, we don't think that you're ever an expert at e-commerce because we just think there's always something, there's a new platform coming out, or, Facebook changes the way it works. And so I think for me, I didn't realize starting it and starting an online business that it would be this fast, I guess, in how things change and how agile you have to be with it all.
Yeah.
And what might work for you one month won't work the next, I guess.
I think we're all feeling it right now.
Yeah.
So let's talk gumboots, hey? Who is the gumboot customer?
So everyone, I think, from a child, from as soon as you can walk, to an elderly person, I think. And that is absolutely that's who we get buying our gumboots. We get children right up through like that festival girl who maybe she works at a coffee shop and needs some waterproof comfy shoes to wear to work, or we get women wearing them to work, like corporate, like commutes. We get gardeners, we get mums who, for school pickups that just want something easy to put on and get out the door, that they don't need to kind of sit down and tie up their shoelaces, and mums for Saturday sport, watching their kids, so we have a really wide range of customers, and we're also we do sell to men as well. It's something we only go, I think our sizing only goes up to an 11 or a 12 in men's, so a little bit limited, but that is the plan eventually, is to do that as well, to grow our size range and be able to service everyone.
So, like, if you look at the website, they are stylish gumboots, and I'm not a stylish person, but they look stylish gumboots, and they're not leery or anything, are they? They're beautiful colours, well designed. So is that intentional so that they can fit into a whole bunch of different lifestyles and use cases?
Absolutely. So it's so people can like wear them effortlessly, and it's not something that like it will go with most of their wardrobe. And I think in a world today where I think women think about price per wear when they invest in an item, and they want to know that, yeah, they can wear something multiple different ways with lots of different outfits. It's not just going to be that pair of boots that sits in the back of their wardrobe until, once or twice a year when they go to their uncle's farm or whatever. It's something they can wear not just as a gumboot, but as an everyday boot. So, yeah, that was absolutely what I wanted.
And did it surprise you at all? Because having festivals in mind and having farm life in mind, was it surprising that people just wanted gumboots for everyday wear, or you just knew that would happen?
Well, that's what I wanted as well, because I felt like people, you're not going to a festival all the time. Unfortunately, our lives have changed. So, yeah, you need to be able to wear something that you can wear on the weekends, just down to the coffee shop or walking the dog through wet grass in the mornings, like that really versatile product that takes you everywhere.
Yep. So they're not cheap, right? They're a good considered purchase at about $140.
Yes.
Per gumboot. Not per gumboot, per pair of gumboots. So just be silly.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did see that Zappos has started selling shoes that are different sizes and to allow for different people. Inclusivity of different people. So I thought it was fascinating. But yes, we sell two pairs of two shoes per pair. That makes sense. And I noticed that you never put products on sale.
Yes, that's correct. So we've never done that. That's just been, I guess, in my personal values, and I don't like it when I buy something and then 2 weeks later I see it on sale, or someone else tells me they got it from somewhere else a lot cheaper. So yeah, for me, when I did my margins at the start, I wanted it is a really good quality boot, and I think it's a fair price of what you pay for it. And I think if we were to be transparent with our pricing, people would actually see that. And yeah, for me, I was like, we sell all year round. I don't want to do something where I've got to create a new product all like every couple of months. Like we'll be selling this design for a while. So I thought, let's just keep it like that. People buy it, and I think our consumers really respect that we do that, and we're really transparent with that as well. Yep.
I mean, your customer reviews are fantastic, and they speak to the quality of the gumboot as well. So I think that price point plus the customer reviews, it all matches up to quality and value. Is there any time during that kind of Black Friday, Cyber Monday rush around that time of the year where you sit back and go, and you're tempted to do something?
No, I'm not. We get a lot. We get a lot of people asking us around that time, and we actually always get people asking, do you put them on sale, or do you have any active discounts or whatever? But no, just because it will affect the brand. I think it'll affect what we're about. So yeah, unfortunately.
I think it's a brilliant approach, and I think more brands need to stand by their product and the value that they're already delivering.
Yeah.
Now, I can tell that it's not a problem for you, because looking through your website, you've got a lot, not a lot, but you've got some sizes and some popular styles that have sold out, and then you've got pre-orders in.
Yes.
How big are pre-orders for you?
Massive. So honestly, if we didn't have people pre-ordering, I don't think we would have grown the way we've grown. It's really helped. And we're still bootstrapped. We've never taken on funding or anything like that from an investor. So yeah, it's really helped us be able to fund our growth and products we buy. So yeah, it's been great. But yeah, it's something that, it's not ideal. We don't want to always be selling in pre-order, and I think every year we think we have ordered enough, and we've obviously we do cash flow forecasting, so to try to make sure that we can afford what we're going to purchase and what we think sales are going to be, and therefore what revenue will be. And I think I push that definitely in summer, it's quite, I'm a little bit anxious with money because that's when we've got to pay for all our stock and it's all starting to arrive and our sales kind of dip a little bit. But yeah, it has really helped having that, like customers and part with their money before receiving the product. Like it's a real, I guess, honor as a brand that people trust you that much and that people want your product and they're willing to wait. And that really is something that makes me ridiculously happy as a founder that people trust us, I guess. And it has really helped us. So
yeah. How many, because you're not seasonal, right?
No.
As in seasonal releases? No,
we're not. We do, like our sales do dip, obviously, like in summer, but yeah, we do sell all year round. Yeah.
And how many shipments would you kind of get in per year? Is it regular?
Yeah, it's quite regular. Next year, we'll be having stock coming every month.
Okay.
Which, operationally will be a little bit more to manage, but I've got a full-time amazing ops guy, so he'll have to deal with that.
And it's only get more complicated with the two warehouses, right?
Yes, yeah. So US hasn't, we've only sent one container there. So initially it was something that, it wasn't like, whoa, I want to take over the world. I want to, let's go to the US. We started getting online sales organically from the US. And so we had a bit of a problem because if customers wanted to exchange their boots, it was costing the customer nearly $200 for them to send them back to us in Australia. So I was saying, look, let the customer keep it. We'll just, send them another pair. But I was like, we can't keep doing this. We need to work this out. So we ended up sending over a pallet of stock to a warehouse we knew over there through a contact, and we just wanted to test it out to see if it would work. And so we just started doing our ads over there, and it started to grow. So then we sent over a container, but then it all kind of escalated, and we were like, right, we need to set up a US business and US bank accounts, and now we're all legitimately a US company and had to change the structure of our company. So it went from just like this, couple of pallets to, this really big process, which goes back to my thing around I'm someone that just kind of jumps in. But we worked it out.
And was that initial US growth, was that just organic? That just happened through word of mouth?
Yeah, I think just through socials, and we'd get someone that bought some and then their mum or someone else around them, that kind of thing. So, now we have a warehouse in LA and, it's growing. So it's, really exciting, and hopefully it kind of levels out that seasonality that we have here in terms of sales.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And do you think US will be bigger than Australia pretty soon?
I don't think it obviously has a potential to be a lot bigger, but I don't think it will be any time in the next couple of year or two. Maybe definitely not the next 12 months, but it is a really hard market to crack. We're doing some digital. I don't know if I mentioned to you before this chat, but we've been doing some digital trade shows. So we're mostly an online business, but we do wholesale, and for me, I find it a good way to kind of get the brand out there and for customers also to see and try on the product. So we're actually doing a digital trade show right now in the US. One of my staff members is running that. So it's where retailers can log in like this and talk to you about the product, and there's like an online portal where you put all your products in a line sheet and they can order through it. So it's been actually really good because it's a lot cheaper than us having to fly over there and do a trade show.
That's funny, hey, because some people just love, I think with trade shows, I've found some founders just love them and love the energy and the excitement and everything that comes out of it. And some people just dread them. It's just, they hate the idea of having to sell their stuff into a trade show. What have you noticed been the main differences between a digital trade show, or what are you missing out on a physical versus digital trade show?
I think I am the first person that you mentioned there. Like, I love it. I love seeing people pick up the product and love it, and talking to people and seeing people get excited and experience the brand and feel like, yeah, I can sell this, like that. I love that. So I guess you don't get to see that. And also you get to meet other people, you get to meet other brands, and I think you can learn a lot. And yeah, so you miss out on that. And I think, you know, obviously if I went over with a couple of my staff, we would also have a great time. So you miss out on that social element going on a work trip. So but that's okay. That's not, you know, we can do that.
And your product is a lot of products are tangible, but it's that kind of thing that I feel you've got to see in person to see the quality and everything around it too. That would help, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think because it is more than what most people would have paid for a gumboot before, that it might be something they want to see, touch and try on and see how it fits.
I'm not sure if you saw the news, but this week Shopify announced John Wexley as the VP of their Creator and Influencer program. John has worked with cultural icons including Kanye, Beyonce and Adidas to turn their vision into raving communities and profitable businesses. It's the perfect fit for the Shopify family. Now, if you have creative ideas and you want to take your brand direct to consumer, Shopify Plus is the commerce platform to turn those dreams into reality. To get started, visit shopify.com.au/plus. Now, in terms of selling direct to customer versus wholesale or selling into retail, have you seen the shift, like a big shift with COVID in the percentages between the two?
So I've always capped our wholesale just because the margins aren't great for us. So I cap it at 20%. So we only sell 20% of our stock to retailers. And when COVID initially first happened, we sell to mostly independent stores, not to any majors. And a lot of them were closing down, but they were still finding ways to sell to their customers. So whether they were doing the click and collect, or, you know, we have a lot of regional retailers, so whether they were like dropping around to people's houses or whatever. So initially there was a bit of a drop, but then it picked up, I think, when consumer confidence somewhat lifted after, I think it was early April. But I think it's a bit of a hard thing because we've been limited by stock. So we could have sold more to retailers and definitely online as well, but we didn't have enough stock to do so. So I would have loved to have been able to sell more to retailers because I think that would have really helped them even more during this time. But yeah, we just haven't been able to.
Yeah. Has getting your hands on stock been the biggest issue during COVID?
No. For us, we have really long lead times. So we have to place our orders like 12 months in advance, roughly, which actually can be pretty standard in fashion, but it's just not something you can just say like, hey, give me another, 1,000 units or whatever it is. So we have had to kind of just work with what we've got. And I think like some of the biggest issues, like obviously the Australian dollar becoming quite weak, so that put pressure on our margins and our buying price. We all obviously working from home, and I think as a young or still learning business owner, that's just been something I've had to kind of learn to navigate in terms of mental health and keeping everyone engaged and like I think it's going okay, but just kind of adopting some new fun ways to kind of stay connected more during that time.
What's worked for you there?
I do weekly one-on-ones with my team. On Monday mornings, we have a group chat where we talk about the previous week's results. Like I do this big spreadsheet, and we talk about how we tracked, and then we talk about what we're working on for the week. So that's been really, we used to do that in the office also, but we kind of still do that virtually, which has been awesome. And then on Fridays, I do this thing, it's a bit dorky, it's called Friday Reflections, which I actually did that in the office as well. But I don't know, I just found that, I guess in a startup or a small business, you're always working at such a fast pace, and there's always, you're ticking through things, but there's always more you can be doing. And I felt like often we were kind of going into the week or finishing the week, and then we'd start off on our Mondays and then say, oh, I didn't get to do that last week, but I'll do that this week, and rah, rah, rah. And I felt like we weren't really acknowledging the amazing work that we were doing for that week. So Friday Reflections is just like talking about just acknowledging the awesome stuff we've done that week. So, and if anyone wants to say anything, and generally we have a wine and we might play some virtual games or that kind of thing. So
it's not as dorky as it sounds, right?
Yeah, I think, last week actually I organised cocktails for everyone.
Nice.
So I got, there's a cool place on Lygon Street called Atticus Finch, and they're doing delivery around the whole area. So so I got some cocktails for everyone, which was really cool, and we had Uber Eats, and
that's cool.
It was a good night. So just trying to find ways to have fun and embrace it somewhat.
Absolutely. I can imagine as a founder it must be hard in such a strong growth phase and your team's still expanding and moving. It's like now everyone's locked down. It's like, oh, how do I keep a little bit of control but let everyone do their thing? I can see the difficulty in the balance there.
Yeah. But I feel like my staff are all pretty great. Yeah, they're all very capable, and I haven't hired entry-level people like where I've had to manage them. A lot of the time I'm going to, they're coming up with ideas and telling me about it, which is exactly what I need and wanted. So I feel like it's been helpful for this kind of working from home situation.
Awesome. I'm just watching your website at the moment and just watching the ticker of what everyone's buying. It's just crazy. Just how much is coming through. It's real, right?
Yeah, it's real. Yeah. It's funny. My mum, she often will she really loves Merry People, and we'll have a chat, and she'll say, oh, I saw that someone from Germany bought some boots from me. I'm like, Mum, get off my website.
You just got it on the TV, just permanently up, just watching what's selling. It's fantastic.
Yeah, probably. Probably skewing my data. But no, she's just happy and proud, which is lovely.
That's brilliant. Now, you're a big supporter of women in business as well. I've seen some of the work that you do and the mentorship that you give for women in business. What areas do you feel that women entrepreneurs need support in? Where can people best focus their attention?
So I think for me, and just from what I've seen and even from what I went through at the start, I think a big thing is confidence. And so I like, I guess, being that ordinary girl that, you started it out of my savings, and I don't have a social profile. I'm not I don't know, I don't have super wealthy parents. That just kind of it's been through my passion and me believing in my idea. So I guess I like to talk to women and just to show them, I guess, that you can do it. And anyone, I think that often in the startup world, you go to a startup event, it's mostly men in hoodies, and it can be quite intimidating for a girl. So I do like to just be that voice. And even if they've got a crazy idea, to kind of say, my idea was gumboots, and the amount of people that laughed at me and told me that was ridiculous. So just to kind of be that person to kind of say, well, I did it and you can do it. You just, this is how you can go about it.
Did you really have people telling you it was ridiculous?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it was my identity was as a corporate person, and I guess that's how everyone knew me. And I'd gone from that, and I studied an arts journalism degree, so completely different. And a lot of my city friends were like, "Oh my God, Dani, that this so country? Like, I'm not so country, but just like thought that I was kind of going through a bit of a quarter life crisis and didn't really, no one could see it, what I could see. And it's what it is happening now is what I could see. So I think that's the thing. Sometimes you have ideas and you tell people and they can't visualize it. So because they can't visualize it, they say that it's crazy or that can't happen. But I think if you can visualize it and you can feel it, then that's what you need to hold on to. And just because you can't convince someone right there in that moment doesn't mean it's a bad idea.
Yeah. No, and I think it's just fantastic that you're telling your story as well. And we're in a time right now where there's so many fantastic and inspirational female founders that haven't necessarily got a big e-commerce background, right? So we were speaking to Anna from Kester Black a couple of weeks ago, and people like yourself, people like Kate from Adore Beauty, like they've all just had this idea and bootstrapped it and given it a go. And the fact that you don't kind of hide that story and you're open about sharing it, I think will inspire a lot of people to get in and give things a go.
Yeah, I hope so, because I think that there needs to be more female founders out there and solving things that they're passionate about. I think women are big consumers and I think we understand that. Yeah, especially in the country, I think there's a lot of products and services out there that can reach more regional areas and that regional people can do that. Yeah, where I'd love to see some more innovation and female leaders coming through.
Yeah, brilliant. Makes sense. Now, Dani, I can see that you have expanded out from your gumboot empire and into the world of umbrellas. How's that going for you?
Yes. So we did a collaboration earlier this year with a group called Blunt Umbrellas, who are a New Zealand brand. And yeah, no, it's been going really well. It's been, I think they've got similar design elements to Merry People in that it's a quality, functional product with just basic design elements. So we felt like it was a really good product fit. And yeah, they're amazing umbrellas that don't blow out when in the wind. So they've actually been tested in pretty full-on wind tunnels and stuff. So yeah, I think I initially thought about doing umbrellas ourselves, but I was like, no, there's too much engineering behind it. And so when we found these guys, then yeah, I thought it was a really good fit. So yeah, I think we'll continue to do stuff with Blunt as we grow.
That's awesome.
In terms of products, yeah, we will do other little add-ons. We wanted to do some more this year, but it just hasn't happened. So yeah, we will have some more. We'll have 2 new gumboots coming out, 2 new designed gumboots coming out next year. So we'll have a taller boot, which was supposed to come out this year, but it's just been really hard to get the design right remotely. So yeah, we'll have that coming out early next year, and then another one, which is pretty cool. So yeah, excited about both of them.
Awesome. Plenty more gumboot scope, hey?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's so much you can do with
it. In your 6 years of e-commerce, I know we touched on what surprised you earlier. What's been the biggest lesson that you've learnt over those years? Something that maybe a stuff up or just a lesson that you'd share with everyone that may help others not make the same mistake?
So I think that that's kind of exactly it. Like, it is about making mistakes. I think it's about learning really quickly and doing lots of testing and A/B testing on different things. So I think e-commerce is definitely not a set and forget activity. I think if you want to gear your business towards that, then I think you need to know that that's it's not, you put on some ads and then they just run and then you just collect the sales. Like we're in our ad account, every day, and we're continually trying to outperform and do stuff like that. So I think it is, and it's trying new things, it's making mistakes. It's, I think when Richmond were in the grand final a couple of years ago, I was like, oh, let's try and target Richmond supporters with yellow boots, black and yellow boots, and it failed, did not work. But, we tried it. So
that's because Richmond supporters don't wear shoes.
Well, I live in Richmond. There's lots of Richmond. My boyfriend actually goes to Richmond. He's
oh, sorry.
No, that's right. I'm not.
I was at that grand final. I was going for GWS, if that's the one you're talking about, or the previous year.
I'm not sure, but one of them. We but you've got to just keep trialing things and coming up with ideas and going, let's try targeting them, or let's try content around this. So I think it's about doing that, failing, like have it, and then trying something else. So yeah.
And from an ad perspective, do you manage all that in-house?
We do, yes.
Yeah. So that allows you to be more nimble.
Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to keep that IP internally, because I feel like, well, what's the point of developing it with an agency or something, and then, you know, someone moves on, and then you've got to kind of work it out with someone new. We do have one person at the moment who is external, who's just helping us a little bit with something, but we kind of do, that's only just been very recently, but most up until now, it's been us internally doing it.
Fantastic. Well, Dani, we really appreciate your time, and thank you for joining us from lockdown. I'm sure you've got 1,000 things on your plate, so thanks for sharing your journey and what you're doing at Merry People.
That's okay. I hope it was of value to your listeners.
Awesome.
No problem.
Thanks, Dani.
Thank you.
So as you are probably more than aware, we are coming up to the silly discounting season again, and it'll be a silly discounting season like one we have never seen before. I think this episode with Dani is a really timely reminder and a great way to hear of a brand that regularly sells out by not discounting. Because not discounting is a strategy in itself. It speaks volumes to the integrity of a brand, the focus on quality, and an everyday fairness of price. It's a long-term play, but one to consider as we come up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. If you want more on whether you should discount, listen to this episode, obviously, but you can also go back to episode 3 with Dave Dennings from Surfstitch on smart discounting, and episode 5 with Jason Andrew on e-commerce accounting. They've got some great tips in there. Now, if you want to go into the draw to win those fabulous Bobby gumboot, which you can see on merrypeople.com, all you need to do is leave us a review on iTunes and send the screenshot into hello@addtocart.com.au. The review that tickles us the most doesn't have to be the longest, doesn't have to be the smartest, just give us a bit of a laugh. They'll win. It's that easy. Make sure you check out the full range at merrypeople.com. Good luck. If you're looking for more e-commerce news, case studies, and research, sign up to 12 High's High 5 newsletter. Every week, I read all the e-commerce news and send you 5 things which I've found which will help grow your business. Visit 12high.com.au/high5, HIGH 5 to sign up for free. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep adding to cart.